Good morning, gamers. Welcome back. Ooh, that was a little loud. Sorry, I apologize for that. So, our party of intrepid adventurers, deep within the realms of Ravenloft, did not play last night. But, we're still going to cover a little bit about Bridgewater, the Bridgewater Knights. We're going to go a little bit behind the scenes. That's right, I am the AMDM Lee. This is an extremely hot cup of coffee, and you're watching Behind the Scenes. Yeah, it's a real hot cup. So, as I said, our party did not play last night. But in lieu of that, Raphael, longtime viewer, thank you, Raphael, asked me a question. And let me get it back in here so I can make sure I read this properly. It says, his question is, or his comment on the video was posed as this. I was always wondering about that Artilla map of your intro. What's the story of it? Is it a D&D map? Is it custom made? Yes, the Artilla map, and this is the map he is referring to. Well, this is probably a little more updated than the one that's in the video, the intro video. This is Artilla. Artilla was custom made using Inkarnate, which is an online map maker for anybody who wants to use it. Fantasy Realms. It's a really cool map. And it's a really cool little program. I've only played with it a little bit, just the basics of it. But I have seen some maps that have been made with this, and wow, there's some really amazing stuff out there. Some really talented people making maps with this. Now, the story behind this is a little odd. Artilla takes place in the world of Sakaris. Artilla is located, is like one continent on the world of Sakaris. Sakaris is huge. It has multiple continents and worlds. Originally, Artilla was supposed to be somewhere around the size of Australia, but the more I worked with it, it's now more on the size of Europe. It's huge. I mean, as in Eurasia. It is just a huge, massive continent. Now, the story behind the Sakaris, the world of Sakaris, is basically the Allure DM created the world. And each of us that were playing with the Associates of Mass Destruction had a continent on this world. So we could develop the world however we chose. We used the same gods, but we all ran slightly different games. And slightly different ideas behind the games. The world, so our worlds could develop independently, and however we chose, and still be in the same collective universe. Now, in the world of Sakaris, 50,000 years ago, there was mage nukes, total apocalypse. The world was absolutely destroyed. And now everything is coming back, and we've reached the level of typical fantasy realm. The difference with Artilla versus the other realms, the other continents on the world, is the Artilla that you see the map of is actually 200 years before the mage nukes. And that is because I wanted to build a backstory for a modern day Artilla, 50,000 years after the mage nukes, because the Artilla then survived the apocalypse. A city-state survived the apocalypse and continued to evolve and become a cyberpunk Shadowrun style city with heroes, and so it was very much a high-tech world with superheroes and Shadowrunny type gameplay. So to develop that idea and to have things that I could talk about about being some ancient relic of the past, I needed some history. Well, that's where I came up with Bridgewater and such like that. The games I am playing now, the world that y'all have seen in Bridgewater Nights, the Order of the Scale, when I've talked about them, and Casio Kala, which was the Tarim game, which you can see these areas on the map here. Bridgewater, Tarim, over here is Oxoran, where the Order of the Scale takes place. Picandros is very much a Ravenloft-esque type area. This area I haven't named yet, but it's going to be very much a jungle-esque setting. And then we move into the Giant Lands through here. I wanted to build up a background, so when a character found a really cool weapon that did some cool stuff, the players themselves would go, oh, okay, and then when they would learn the background of it, it might be a weapon that a previous player they had, or a previous person in the party had before the apocalypse. Now, Artilla is on the verge. In 200 years, there is going to be nuclear war. So, technologies are starting to become advanced. Magics, all of this stuff is there. This is the first, I don't know if it's the first civilization, but it is pre-apocalypse. Right on the cusp of technology getting ready to take place. We're starting to see the emergence of steam engines, or the magical aspect version of steam engines, of the Warforged are starting to come about. Technology, there are certain areas. Tarim here is very much Eberron-esque. Trains and things, close to modern technology running on magical power. You'll find also some of that in not in Bridgewater itself. You'll find some of it in Bridgewater, but mostly in Longstreet. There's a technological advance that is happening. And the players themselves are part of that world that is developing that way. I'm going to post a link to where this map is on here, so you can actually see the world that it is developing. This is going to be a little bit longer video today. So that's where I came up with Artilla. It is very much a pre-apocalypse world. Whereas once I'm done running Artilla, I may never be done running Artilla, but I will, once I get into, at some point I'm going to want to run a Heroes game again, or a Cyberpunk game. And it's going to take place on Artilla, but it will take place 50,000 years later, after the nukes went off, and Artilla being the only city to survive, and the city-state, the Citadel, being the only city to survive and continue to evolve technologically. The idea behind that is it's very much run by the Warforged, who saved everyone. Of course, that's the modern telling of the story. They view that the mortal races, elves included in that, fucked up, and they're not going to allow it to happen again. So the city-state, the Citadel itself, super high-tech. Think Tokyo from any anime in the future, where there's just all kinds of just super high-tech stuff going on. Very much a Shadowrun cyberpunk world. And then everything outside of the city is very much Mad Max. And I just wanted to have a history there that I could pull upon for when players came across something outside the city once they go into the Outlands. You know, once a player finds an old tavern, and while they're or an old anything, and they're like, okay, what is this? Well, according to this, it says such and such. And I give them a little plaque with a sign, and then the players themselves recognize the signing. Oh, this is the Tipsy. It says Ipsy O, and they look at the map, the sign, and I'm like, and they make out the words. It used to say Tipsy Drow, you know, something along those lines, where it would be something I could give the players, where the players would recognize it if the characters did not, and it would give that connection, some history there. And that's why my Artilla is a little bit different, and it takes place before the nukes. But Artilla itself, like I said, the map was made. The map itself was made with Incarnate. The realm I have it set on, I built this. I then connected the map to, or uploaded it to World Anvil, which I got from Shadiversity, the idea, and it is just, I love this program. I can pull up just Kiltora, which is one of the countries, and the purple line is my border. You see I've got little outposts, little villages here and there. Longstreet, the City of Magic. There's Ironhelm, which is the capital. Bridgewater, which is the economic capital. And Groshport. Here, this was a major location for the players at one point. And then the river. And I believe this is Kurg's River. You got Primordius out here. I mean, I've got all these. If it's got a name, the players know about it or have been there. It's not an uncommon knowledge. And this is where I've been keeping all the information on my world. The countries of Artilla, Kiltora, Lakva, which that keeps opening up. That shouldn't open. I need to fix that. Kiltora, Lakva, Oxorin. Now that's only 3 of the countries. I still have to put Tarim in there, which I don't know if I have an article written about that yet. I still have to put Pacandros in there. There's which I have the stuff. I just don't know if I've written the articles yet. Some of the cities, and then you can go in there. Locations within Bridgewater. This is every shop or business they have been to within Bridgewater. And like Hornraven's House of Style. I click on that, and it's the best place to get clothes in all of Bridgewater. It's owned by Dohan Hornraven. I can click on his name, and I didn't put any information in yet. There's a lot of information, but there's all kinds of stuff. If you see the unique to the realm, which is, this is unique to Sakaris. Arcanite. Arcanite is a crystalline structure that comes in many colors. Most Arcanite glows from the presence of magic. Usually found in stone, Arcanite has been around for centuries. It's only been recently used in the last few years, becoming quickly a commodity. It uses arcane focus and constructs, and it drives a technological revolution. It is currently only used by mages and artificers. But once the artificers and the mages and the gnomes get their hands on this stuff, they can do a lot with it. It will power the next industrial and technological revolution. Not any more coffee. So there is a lot in there to do, and I will put this map up so you can go in and read. You can see a little bit more about the characters, that the places they've run into. Hopefully I'll get some more articles in there. I need to seriously go in there and do some more writing. But that is what Artilla is. That's kind of the backstory of Artilla and Kiltora. There's a lot going on. And like I said, I try to put as much in there as I can. Yeah, Kurg's River is one of the 4 rivers. It's the main river that the party is familiar with. It's the one that runs through Bridgewater. And then there's a map of Bridgewater on there that you can see, where the players have spent most of their time. And you can see by the map how large Bridgewater is. Bridgewater is huge. That's all I got for now, guys. Oh, in a few days, on a little announcement thing, in a few days, starting on August 1st, I will be taking up the RPG a Day Challenge for 2019. That means for 31 straight days there will be a video. If you've been here for any amount of time and gone through the playlist, you'll see back at the beginning I did 3 or 4 months of straight video a day stuff. Once I start these videos, there will be there's going to be a lot of videos that are going to pop up in your news feed. Most of which, the RPG a Day videos, are going to be very short. I will probably just shoot them on my phone and just do quick things. It will not be super long videos, most of them. So they're going to be a lot of videos popping up soon. For the month of August, I will be doing the 31-day challenge. It's going to be fun. Lots of fun. So there'll be a few days. Then I'm going to do my regular videos on top of it. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Guys, that's all I've got for now. If you have any more questions about my games, please send me a line. I'm more than happy. Ask me a question about it. I'm more than happy to go into detail as much as I can without my players catching on. And you asking me questions about my world will force me to put more information in my world. That's all I've got for now, guys. If you like these videos, please click on the like button. If you think someone else will like them, please click on the share button. Every like is an inspiration, every share is an advantage, and every subscription is an experience point. Help me gain 300 experience points so I can get to 2nd level. And it's been a long grind. As always, the AMDM does hereby authorize you, the viewer, to gain 10 experience points for every video that you share. Just tell your DM the AMDM said so. One more thing. The wall's behind me. You'll probably see it the next video. I'm going to be painting soon. I got some paint. I'm finally at that point where I can hopefully start painting. Hopefully the paint doesn't eat the foam. I'm looking up at my wall right here. Hopefully the paint doesn't eat everything back down to the concrete, because that would suck. But that's all I got for now, guys. Yep. So, go forth and roll some dice.